Henderson nicked it. Shota's one way, Salah's the other. He's on an Old Trafford hat-trick here, Mo Salah. And he captures the moment. The man is extraordinary. The match is extraordinary. The scoreline is extraordinary. That picture will be framed and kept.
Now, if you ever discuss with your friends the Premier League's most influential wingers over the past decade, two names constantly emerge. Even casual fans know them. Hazard, the Belgian maestro who glided through defences at Chelsea, and Salah, the Egyptian forward who spearheaded Liverpool's modern renaissance. Both have left memorable marks on English football, but who truly boasts the greater legacy? Well, let's delve into their careers to find out.
Who's better, you or Mo Salah?
Mo Salah, by far.
Now, it's a debate sparked in crowded pubs, whispered in living rooms after late kickoffs and argued over in group chats. To many, Hazard and Salah are more than statistics on a screen. They're memories of heart-stopping runs, last-gasp winners, and sudden burst of genius that made us leap off couches. These two stood out in a league defined by speed, strength, and star power, each forging his path to greatness. So let's turn back the clock to Eden Hazard's arrival at Chelsea in June 2012. The club had just won a dramatic Champions League title, yet their old guard, Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard and John Terry, were stepping towards the exit. Hazard entered this shifting landscape, a young artist ready to paint his mark on England's biggest stage. Coming from Lille, where he was already a standout, he faced a Premier League renowned for its unforgiving pace and crunching tackles. But Hazard never looked rattled. The ball was his partner in a dance, defenders his unwitting extras. He slowed the game down to his tempo, never hurried, never off balance. Across 7 seasons at Stamford Bridge, Hazard played 352 times in all competitions, scoring 110 goals. In the Premier League, he logged 85 goals and 51 assists in 245 appearances, remarkable numbers for a player who wasn't a traditional striker. He helped Chelsea secure 2 Premier League titles, 2014 to 2015, 2016 to 2017, an FA Cup, a League Cup and 2 Europa League trophies. Yet Hazard's influence went beyond medals. Watching him was an emotional experience. Fans recalled the hush when he got the ball, the collective intake of breath as he weaved past tackles. He reminded us that football is also a form of art, where skill and style matter as much as results. In the 2019 Europa League final against Arsenal, he delivered a farewell performance so sublime, it felt like a magician's final bow before the curtain fell. Now, shift the focus north to Liverpool and Mohamed Salah. His route was less direct. He joined Chelsea in 2014 but barely played. Instead of sulking, he rebuilt himself in Italy with Fiorentina and Roma. By the time Liverpool took a chance on him in 2017, Salah had honed his craft. He exploded in England, scoring a record 32 Premier League goals in his first season back, more than Suarez or Ronaldo had managed in a 38-game campaign. His debut season was so surreal, it was second only to Messi in the whole of Europe. Suddenly, doubts faded, replaced by awe. Now, before we dig deeper into Salah's impact, take a moment to join the conversation. Which of these two legends first stole your heart, or proved their worth with a defining moment that still gives you goosebumps? Let us know in the comments down below, and please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more debates like this. Your voice could tip the scales as we continue exploring these rival legacies. Salah's impact at Liverpool didn't go after a single season. He remained a constant source of danger, linking seamlessly with Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino to forge one of Europe's most feared attacks. His goals propelled Liverpool to Champions League glory in 2019. Scoring a penalty in the opening moments of the final against Tottenham, he set the tone for a triumphant night. A year later, he helped end the club's 30-year wait for a league title. For fans who had grown up on tales of past greatness without seeing a new league trophy themselves, Salah's goals were moments of redemption. Season after season, he delivered. No matter the injuries around him, no matter the pressure from title races or European campaigns, he picked locks in stubborn defences, found the net against top rivals and became a symbol of Liverpool's resurgence. If Hazard embodied artistry, Salah embodied decisive impact. Hazard's brilliance often laid in an unexpected flourish, a dribble that left a defender on the floor, a subtle turn that opened up new space. Salah's power came from reliability and clarity of purpose. Get behind the line, finish the chance, change the storyline of a season. Both had flair. Both could dazzle, but Salah's legacy tilt towards the tangible outcomes, goals, records, trophies, while Hazard's tilt towards the intangible magic that made every touch feel special. This contrast extends to their international careers. Hazard led Belgium's golden generation to their best World Cup finish ever, third place in 2018. One of the game's biggest stage, he shone, confirming his status among the world's elite. Salah's impact on Egypt resonates even deeper culturally. He ended a 28-year World Cup absence, scoring the goals that took his nation back to the global stage in 2018. Though Egypt didn't advance far, Salah's mere presence, scoring, competing amongst the best, was a source of pride and inspiration. He became a beacon, a reminder that a player from his country could reach football's summit. For Egyptians, Salah's legacy transcends the pitch. It's about identity, hope, and breaking barriers. So, how do we measure these legacies? If trophy stats and consistent output define greatness, Salah might have the edge. He transformed Liverpool into winners, erased decades of near misses and rewrote record books. He became the steady force in a team that conquered Europe, England, and the hearts of millions. His narrative is easily charted through achievements and gold-plated moments. Hazard's legacy defies neat spreadsheets. He did win plenty, 2 Premier League titles and more, but his true impact laid in how he made fans feel. He didn't just rack up stats, he elevated the experience of watching football. Even a mundane fixture could become worth watching if Hazard was on the pitch, ready to spin something extraordinary out of thin air. He kept Chelsea buoyant in a transitional era, ensuring the club remained among England's elite. His value wasn't just what he'd achieved, but how he achieved it, gracefully, playfully, brilliantly. Consider their post-Premier League stories. Hazard left Chelsea for Real Madrid in 2019, aiming to reach a new apex. Yet injuries and form dipped, and he never replicated his English highs in Spain. While his Chelsea legacy remains intact, the Madrid chapter adds a layer of what-if to his broader narrative. By contrast, Salah stayed at Liverpool, maintaining his form and adapting as defences grew wiser. He proved that his early impact wasn't a fluke, but part of a sustained story of excellence. His lasting presence at Anfield cements him as a cornerstone of an era, rather than a fleeting comet. Think about how each altered their club's identity. Hazard ensured Chelsea's evolution after their legendary core aged out. He was the creative heartbeat who kept them dangerous. Without him, that transition might have been rockier, the spark dimmer. Salah's effect at Liverpool was transformative. He arrived when the club was yearning to return to the top and gave them that final push. His goals turned dreams into reality, and you can't separate Liverpool's recent glory from Salah's contributions. Hazard was the magician who sustained Chelsea's status. Salah was the catalyst who restored Liverpool's throne. Both players reflect broader shifts in the Premier League. Hazard's era showed that technique and imagination could flourish in a league known for physical battles. Salah embodied the modern emphasis on pace, pressing, and clinical finishing. Together, they captured the league's evolution, from an environment where flair had to fight for survival to one where relentless aggression and directness became standard. Hazard and Salah succeeded in very different climates, proving multiple paths lead to greatness. Their personal narratives also differ. Hazard seemed a natural prodigy who found immediate success but struggled later to hit new heights. Salah's story is one of reinvention and comeback, a player written off at Chelsea who returned to England as a superstar, surpassing every expectation. Hazard's tale resonates as the pure talent who brought joy, Salah's as the determined figure who transformed the club's fortunes. Ask their fans about legacy and you'll get different answers. Chelsea supporters remember Hazard's artistry and the sense that he could produce magic at any moment. Liverpool fans recall Salah lifting the Champions League trophy, ending a painful wait for a Premier League title and setting standards that new signings now chase. Hazard gave a reason to watch where the stakes were low. Salah delivered in the high-stake moments that rewrite history. Globally, Hazard will always appear on greatest dribblers lists. His name triggers memories of impossible goals and jaw-dropping creativity. Salah's fame blends statistics, silverware, and cultural resonance. For young players in Egypt or anywhere in Africa, Salah is living proof that global superstardom is attainable. He stands as a figure who transcends club loyalties, admired for what he represents as much for what he achieves. This all boils down to personal taste. Do you value the sensory thrill of sublime skill or the adrenaline rush of decisive goals in big finals? If you prize the beauty and flair that remind you why football's called the beautiful game, Hazard's legacy glows bright. If you favour hard evidence, titles, records, impact, Salah stands proudly at the forefront. Both spent key years in the Premier League, their primes overlapping with the league's global boom. They became reasons to tune in from Mumbai to Lagos to New York. They influenced the conversation about what excellence looks like, setting benchmarks that future stars will chase. When a new winger terrorizes fullbacks or a new forward shatters greatest scoring records, comparisons to Hazard and Salah will emerge. And so the debate continues. There's no exam answer, no definitive scoreboard for legacies. Football thrives on these discussions because they reflect why we love the sport in the first place. Some of us cherish the goosebumps from a mesmerising dribble. Others replay the memory of hoisted trophies and confetti-strewn nights. Hazard and Salah provided both sets of pleasures, just in different flavours. Both also influenced their teammates and the tactical puzzle of the Premier League. Hazard drew defenders like a magnet, creating room for others. Salah's constant threat forced opponents to plan around him, shaping defensive strategies across the league. Both left a mark that extends beyond their personal accolades. Off the pitch, their demeanours mattered too. Hazard played with a smile, as if he enjoyed football for football's sake, making it feel like a game among friends, just at a world-class level. Salah's humility and charitable work endeared him further, proving stardom doesn't breed arrogance. They show that greatness and grace can go hand in hand. In the end, we're fortunate to have witnessed both. Choosing who leaves the greater legacy might depend on which moments stick in your mind. Do you picture Hazard making top defenders look like amateurs, or Salah scoring in a Champions League final and lifting a drought-stricken club to glory? Both sets of images have power. Hazard and Salah fit seamlessly into a lineage of legends who defined their eras. They gave us stories to tell future generations, and their names stand alongside giants who shaped the league's identity. As time marches on, new stars will emerge, fresh debates will ignite, and the football landscape will shift again. But Hazard's ghost-like dribbles and Salah's title-deciding strikes will remain in the collective memory. Legacies aren't just what's written down, they're what we felt when we watched them play. The goosebumps, the cheers, the stunned silence after a piece of magic. And there you have it. Two incredible players who left their marks on the Premier League in very different ways. Which legacy speaks to you more? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoy this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more great football discussions. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for our next video where we'll be exploring another hot topic that's sure to spark even more debate.